I didn't think these things would be a topic this year. It's certainly not at this point, but here we go again.
Because now Indiana Fever players, all right, are getting called into question. Indiana Fever fans are getting called into question today. We got one post on here where somebody's literally calling, they're talking about there should be a boycott. That's what it really is, of the All-Star game over player safety.
The WNBA has started a full investigation after Angel Reese said fans verbally attacked her with disrespectful remarks following her tough loss to the Indiana Fever. But strangely, there's no video or audio proof of these supposed comments.
Following is a statement from the WNBA regarding yesterday's game in Indianapolis. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Now, I agree with strongly condemning racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms, and I agree they have no place in our league or in society. Agree.
What we do have is video of Angel Reese being completely outplayed by the Fever, while Caitlin Clark delivered an impressive performance. Could this be an excuse to divert attention from the on-court embarrassment? Do you believe the claims are real? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's dig into what actually happened.
Look, Angel Reese supporters are losing cabin pressure as we speak. It is ugly. I mean, ugly. Some of the most vile, hateful things I've ever seen are being said on Twitter X right now. This should have nothing to do with skin color, but they're making it about that. You better believe it. The sports players, just like any other sport, they're open to criticism.
So, what usually happens when a basketball player gets embarrassed on the court? Apparently, they accuse fans of racial verbal abuse, but don't offer any proof. That's exactly what's going on with Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky after they were soundly beaten by the Indiana Fever.
I would not have put out a statement about anything until the actual investigation was concluded. I do not see the benefit of the statement now. It makes the story 10 times bigger than it was. So from that kind of standpoint, I just don't get it.
Let's break down what Reese and her supporters said happened after the game. Social media blew up with posts claiming Fever fans made rude and offensive comments toward Reese. These text-only accusations quickly went viral on Twitter and Instagram, racking up thousands of retweets and comments in just hours. In response, the WNBA launched an investigation as part of their No Space for Hate campaign.
This isn't in response to some of the stuff that's been floating around on social media in the last day or so. Allegations made in text form with no backing or any video or even any evidence that the person who's making them was in attendance. And the thing about sounds, which has been debunked by other video evidence. I really sincerely hope that the league did not respond to that.
But hold on. Despite these serious claims leading to a full league investigation, there's no video, audio, or independent witness to back them up. Think about it. In a packed arena with thousands of fans, many filming everything, plus broadcast cameras and microphones all around, not a single piece of evidence has come forward. That's unusual because when fans actually misbehave at games, proof usually appears quickly. Remember when a fan threw popcorn at Russell Westbrook? Or when someone verbally harassed Caitlin Clark last year? Videos showed up within minutes, not days. Yet here, all we have are text posts as proof.
For one, let me put it out there. I don't believe for a second that Indiana Fever fans were yelling racial slurs where there were television mics down by the court. I don't believe it. They would have gotten thrown out of the arena. So don't let that narrative, it would be everywhere. Somebody would have it on camera. It would get leaked. It would be online.
What makes this even more suspicious is the timing. These accusations popped up right after Reese's poor game against Clark. The Sky were crushed by the Fever, Reese struggled badly, and Clark stood out. It makes you wonder if this drama is just a way to shift focus away from the on-court results. What's really revealing is that no one else at the game has supported these claims. Not the journalists, other fans nearby, or even arena staff. Not a single person has come forward to confirm hearing any slurs. Not even the loudest social justice voices in sports media.
We're going after the Chicago front office about clear racism and uneasiness the players feel playing in that arena. I'm off the W. I can't support a league like this. It's nuts. This is crazy. This basic ugly bee is so hateful. That's why her and her family keep funding bot accounts with Dave Portnoy. What? To slander Reese and then paying off ugly ass poor black C words to defend her and sell out their own. I mean, the crash out is epic.
The Chicago Sky released a statement supporting their players, which is fine. Teams should always have their players' backs. But their statement almost implied the Fever's arena was unsafe, which feels like a stretch given the complete absence of evidence. Let's be clear, racial abuse is never acceptable, and if it happened, those responsible should face consequences. But the complete absence of evidence suggests these claims may be fabricated to distract from what actually happened on the court. Speaking of what happened on the court, let's look at the real story everyone should be talking about: how the Fever absolutely dismantled the Sky.
Angel Reese acted like a total and complete idiot, and it got called out for it. Over a take foul. Stop it. We all know what's behind it.
The Chicago Sky were completely crushed in a statement win that highlighted the growing difference between the two teams. The stats tell part of the story. The Fever led the entire game, shooting better, controlling the rebounds, and showing the confident play of a team coming into its own. But numbers alone don't fully capture the impressive performance the Fever delivered.
The regular season is here, and we have no more time for flirting, folks. We have no more time. It's time to get serious about our business. And Caitlin Clark handled her business game 1. 20, 10, and 10. 20, 10, and 10. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, what did the kids say? Belt to ass. Oh yeah. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Indiana Fever destroy, obliterate, run out of the gym the Chicago Sky. 93.
At the heart of the game was Caitlin Clark, who put on a masterclass with a triple-double: 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Clark controlled the tempo all night, setting up teammates for easy scores and making shots whenever defenders gave her space. Meanwhile, Angel Reese struggled badly, looking lost against the Fever's defense and forcing shots that rarely had a chance. The Fever's strategy against Reese worked perfectly. They fronted her in the post, sent quick double teams when she got the ball, and most importantly, kept her away from the offensive glass where she usually gets second chance points. Every time Reese thought she had a spot, another defender was there to challenge her.
And of course, there was the heated moment with Clark and Reese was booed and all that stuff. But I've been to a lot of sporting events, and in my experience there was nothing out of the ordinary. There was nothing that would make one think, oh, this is a hostile environment. Not even close, really. You know, it was a friendly, fun game atmosphere. And of course, yeah, fans got into it after that moment. So I am just really hopeful that it isn't what a lot of people are thinking it is, and the league overreacting to and feeding into social media speculation, because that would be a horrendous mistake.
And yes, there was that tense moment between Clark and Reese got booed, but having been to many sporting events, I could say it wasn't anything unusual or hostile. The vibe was friendly and fun, nothing that would make you think the environment was bad. Sure, fans got fired up after that moment, but I really hope it's not what some people are making out to be, and that the league isn't overreacting or giving too much attention to social media rumors. That would be a huge mistake.
Aaliyah Boston, 13 rebounds, 19 points. Aaliyah Boston had 5, including 3 in a row. One of them was on Angel Reese. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses 2-point shot. Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Angel Reese misses layup. I mean, we're right back to where we were last season. I told you guys not a lot was going to change.
Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull showed why the Fever are more than just Caitlin Clark's team. Mitchell's shooting created space for drives, while Hull's energy and hustle seemed to crush the Sky's spirit again and again. Whenever Chicago tried to rally, one of these two made a key play to stop the momentum. You could see Reese's frustration growing throughout the game. Later, when Clark delivered a perfect bounce pass for an assist, cameras caught Reese rolling her eyes on the bench. Her body language told the story. She was already feeling defeated well before the final buzzer.
Up and in, now a good position.
Clark pulls, deep one, left wing. Caitlin Clark is her.
Natasha Howard able to lay it in. Into Boston, her jumper is good.
I think we have a group that's much like the Pacers. We've got a lot of great balance.
Still on the bounce, 3 seconds to go in the half. Caitlin, left wing, off balance, 3. Got it! Caitlin connects ahead of the halftime buzzer. She is 1 of 1.
The Fever's coaching staff also deserves credit for spotting the Sky's defensive flaws and exploiting them without mercy, running plays that constantly created open shots against Chicago's shaky rotations. Dave Portoy summed it up best, saying Caitlin Clark looks like the league MVP, while noting that Angel Reese made a fool of herself. That might sound harsh, but it's exactly what everyone saw. The Fever didn't just win. They exposed serious weaknesses in Reese's game that she'd rather keep quiet. And when you get outplayed this badly, sometimes you try to shift the story another way.
A screen. Clark, 1-3. Buries it.
She starts 2025 with a triple-double.
You've probably seen the clips of Angel Reese trying to intimidate Caitlin Clark, but did you notice what happened just before and after that heated moment? The confrontation, which took place with under 5 minutes left in the third quarter, reveals a lot about how these two really match up. Here's what went down. Clark seemed to try for a take foul, slapping Reese's arms and wrists, which caused Reese to fall to the floor. Was a hard foul? Yes. Was Reese's reaction over the top? Definitely.
Nuclear fallout. That's exactly what it's been over the take foul, as Caitlin Clark is calling it, and that's a great way to say it. It was a take foul. She was trying to prevent a wide open layup, although one could argue that she might have missed it anyway, on Angel Reese, and then Angel Reese went absolutely, utterly bizarre.
As soon as Reese hit the floor, she sprang up and charged at Clark with a level of anger way beyond a normal reaction to a foul. The referees reviewed the play and upgraded Clark's foul to a flagrant one. But think about it. If this counts as a flagrant, what about the fouls Clark took last year that weren't even called? What's really interesting is what happened next. Aaliyah Boston stepped in to shield her teammate from Reese's aggressive move. And for trying to keep things calm, Boston was hit with a technical foul.
What could have happened there?
AB got the tech?
I know.
Wait, what? I got the tech? I didn't know that. Oh, first of all,
Yeah. I know.
Let's not make it anything that it's not. It was just a good play on the basketball. I'm not sure what the refs saw to upgrade it, and that's up to their discretion after watching the...
Throughout all this, did you catch Clark's reaction? Complete calm. She just walked away, while Reese kept putting on a show for the fans and cameras. This contrast in how they handled things says a lot about both players. Former NFL player Robert Griffin summed it up well, saying, "There's no way Angel Reese can keep pretending she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese clearly hates Caitlin Clark." Griffin pointed out that Reese's reaction was different because of who fouled her. This wasn't about basketball. It was personal.
Watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
This kind of behavior isn't new for Reese. Last year, She actually celebrated when Kennedy Carter hip-checked Caitlin Clark in a clear non-basketball move that was called a flagrant foul. Think about that. Cheering when someone else gets hit hard. The pattern is obvious. Interview 16. Watch the full video closely, and it's clear who was provoking who. Reese's supporters try to say Clark started it, but the footage tells the real story. This wasn't about a basketball move. It was Reese trying to intimidate Clark because she was frustrated by how badly she and her team were being outplayed.
There is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her.
This pattern of making up stories goes beyond just this one game. It's becoming a common tactic whenever Reese faces Clark. Stir up drama, play the victim, and try to distract from the real basketball. But fans are starting to see through it. The media keeps hyping the Clark versus Reese rivalry. But after what happened on the court, can we really call it a rivalry? For a rivalry to exist, both sides have to be competitive. What we're seeing now is one player and team clearly pulling ahead while the other falls behind.
Why do I think Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark? It could be the fact that Aaliyah Boston had to save Angel Reese from ending her career. This is a still shot. After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin.
Let's look at their paths since joining the WNBA. Clark shattered 62 records and earned Rookie of the Year, plus multiple league honors in her first season. The team situation tells an even clearer story. The Fever have built a real championship contender around Clark, surrounding her with perfect teammates who boost her strengths. Meanwhile, the Sky seems stuck in the middle of the pack with no clear plan for moving forward.
LaShawn McCoy, hell of an NFL player. Now he's at FS1. Man, for y'all who try to compare Angel Reese to Caitlin Curry Clark, should knock it off. It wasn't close in the college or pros. Watching this game, they're on two different planets. Yeah, from a basketball standpoint, they're not close. They're not. It's not even an argument anymore.
What makes the Fever so exciting is their strong supporting cast. Aaliyah Boston is growing into one of the best defensive players in the WNBA. When she guards the paint, opposing teams have to change their whole offense. Kelsey Mitchell keeps proving she's one of the league's most underrated scorers, able to drop 25-plus points any night. And Lexi Hull? Her hustle and improved three-point shooting have made her the perfect role player that championship teams rely on. The gap between Clark and Reese keeps growing, especially when you look at Clark's assists. She lifts everyone on the court with her vision. Reese, on the other hand, seems more focused on drama than on setting up her teammates to score.
The story, it's a win-win-win. Fever look great. Caitlin Clark looks like she's going to be the MVP of the league. Angel Reese made a fool out of herself, and we won by 100, and I won. So we're back in the good mode, back in the winning. Yesterday was tough with the Celtics, but we're back, baby, and it all starts with who? CC, 22, Caitlin Clark.
Look at the Fever's front office moves. They show a franchise fully focused on building a dynasty. They've brought in veterans like Natasha Howard, Dana Bonner, Sydney Carlson, and Sophie Cunningham who fit perfectly with their young core and bring valuable championship experience. They've also set up development programs aimed at long-term success. The Sky's approach, by comparison, feels scattered, more like a group of players than a team with a clear, shared goal.
Went to game one, Caitlin Clark show, triple-double, 20-10-10, Fever win by...
Game one was all about Caitlin Clark's triple-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, as the Fever crushed the Sky by 40. The so-called rivalry only exists online and in media stories. On the court, the Fever are clearly the team of the future, while the Sky are still searching for their identity. As the league investigates and proven fan comment from social media, smart basketball fans are focused on something real: the rise of a true championship contender in Indiana. The Fever aren't just winning games, they're building a team that could dominate the WNBA for years. That's the real story to watch. not some made-up rivalry between two players who aren't even at the same level anymore.
She got fouled, totally common foul by Caitlin Clark, going for a layup, falls down and then attacks her basically and makes it just a joke out of her existence and why everybody hates Angel Reese. And shame on the WNBA. Upgrading this to a flagrant foul, that's a flagrant foul. It was the most common routine foul.
The Indiana Fever didn't just beat the Chicago Sky. They revealed a harsh truth. Some players prefer stirring up drama off the court instead of fixing their struggles on it. When you lose that badly, creating controversy seems easier than getting better. As fans, we should ask the WNBA to focus on the amazing basketball from stars like Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Kelsey Mitchell, not chase after social media rumors with no proof. With how the Fever are coming together, 2025 looks like their year to become a real championship threat. That's the story everyone should be watching. Do you think the allegations are true? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.